High on a hill overlooking Granada in Spain, there's this monument. It's just breathtakingly beautiful, and its history is so complex it's almost hard to believe. So in this explainer, we're going to dive into the story of this incredible place, the Alhambra.
So what exactly is the Alhambra? I mean, sure, on the surface, it's one of the most famous and best preserved examples of Islamic architecture anywhere in the world. But honestly, to really get it, you have to look way beyond any single definition.
Yeah, the best way to understand it is to see it as three things all rolled into one. It's a mighty fortress, a bustling, self-contained city, and, believe it or not, an earthly paradise, all built on that one hill.
You know, even its name tells part of the story. Alhambra actually comes from the Arabic al-Hamra, which literally means the red fortress. And why red? Well, it's because of the stuff they used to build the massive walls, a kind of rammed earth that's full of iron. It gives the whole place that signature reddish color you can still see today. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the Alhambra as a fortress and a city. Because long before it was known for its delicate beauty, it was all about power.
And I mean, this was way more than just some royal palace. Think of it as a whole city up on the hill, totally self-sufficient and separate from Granada below. It had everything you could possibly need: mosques, public baths, workshops for artisans, and get this, a really sophisticated water system that was basically the lifeblood of the entire complex.
And the timeline here is just incredible. I mean, there were forts on this hill way earlier, but the Alhambra as we really know it started taking shape back in 1238 under the Nasrid dynasty. For centuries, it was the last stronghold of Muslim rule in Spain, right up until 1492. That's when it was surrendered to the Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella. After that, it kind of fell into neglect for a long time until it was rediscovered in the 19th century, which kicked off all the preservation work we benefit from today.
Okay, so we've talked about the imposing fortress walls, but now let's step inside, because this is where you find the hidden paradise. This is where the real magic of the Alhambra is.
The Nasrid palaces, wow, they're just a masterclass in design. Everything is built around two key things: courtyards and water. The courtyards give the space its structure, and the water, well, it does everything. It cools the air, it creates these beautiful reflections, and it provides this constant tranquil sound. But the real genius is in the details. I mean, every single surface is covered in art. On the lower walls, you have this stunning geometric tile work called zellige. Then above that, you get this delicate carved stucco. It's called yeseria, that looks almost like lace. It makes solid walls feel totally weightless. And woven all through it, Arabic poetry, making the walls literally speak to you. And you have to look up. The ceilings have this incredible stalactite-like sculpting called muqarnas that just plays with light and shadow in the most mesmerizing way.
And if you look closely at all that carved stucco, you'll see Arabic writing absolutely everywhere. A lot of it is beautiful poetry, but there's one phrase you'll see again and again and again. And there is no victor but God. This was the motto of the Nasrid dynasty. Think about that. It's a constant reminder of their faith, literally etched into the walls of their home.
But, of course, the story doesn't end with the Nasrids. That pivotal year, 1492, brought a massive change. A change so dramatic you can literally see it in the architecture today.
Now this is so important. After the surrender, the Alhambra wasn't just left to rot. Nope, it immediately became the royal court for Ferdinand and Isabella. And get this, it was right here, inside these very walls, that they gave Christopher Columbus the green light for his voyage across the Atlantic. I mean, talk about a place where world history was made.
And right there, you see this incredible clash of cultures. So Ferdinand and Isabella's grandson, Emperor Charles V, he wanted to put his own stamp on the place. So what does he do? He builds this massive, heavy Renaissance palace right in the middle of the delicate, intricate Nasrid complex. The contrast is just stark. You have the quiet, inward-facing private paradise of the Nasrids, and then bam, this loud, outward-facing public display of imperial power. It's like two different worlds colliding.
Well, after that royal moment in the sun, the Alhambra kind of fell into neglect for centuries, and it almost didn't survive at all. Its absolute worst moment came in 1812. Napoleon's troops were retreating, and they tried to dynamite the entire complex. They actually destroyed 8 towers before a single Spanish soldier bravely managed to defuse the rest of the explosives, saving the Alhambra from being completely wiped off the map.
So, how does a place go from being a near ruin to the world-famous icon it is today? Well, that brings us to a whole new chapter in its story, its rediscovery.
And a huge part of the credit goes to, of all people, an American author, Washington Irving. He actually lived in the crumbling palaces for a while, and in 1832, he published his book, Tales of the Alhambra. These romantic stories just completely captured the world's imagination. Suddenly, everyone wanted to see this magical place, which made it a must-see destination, and, crucially, sparked some serious interest in actually preserving it.
But the Alhambra's legacy goes way beyond just romantic stories. It holds a kind of secret, something that fascinated mathematicians and artists for years. And that secret? Well, it's hidden in a single number, 17.
So what's so special about 17? Okay, so mathematically, there are only 17 possible ways to repeat a pattern on a 2D surface. They're called wallpaper groups. And here's the mind-blowing part. The artisans who created those tile mosaics at the Alhambra, centuries before mathematicians formally proved this stuff, they used nearly all 17 of those patterns. It is an absolutely unique achievement of artistic and mathematical genius, just unparalleled.
And that mathematical legacy had a huge impact. You know the famous Dutch artist M.C. Escher? The guy with all the impossible staircases and repeating patterns? Well, he visited the Alhambra in 1922 and was completely obsessed with the tile work. It directly inspired his own famous work on tessellations. It's an amazing link, connecting this 14th century palace directly to 20th century modern art.
So you see, the Alhambra isn't just one thing. It's an Islamic palace, a Christian court, a near ruin from a war, a romantic fantasy, and a mathematical wonder all rolled into one. And that leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? When a place has so many different layers of history, built by different cultures, sometimes cultures that were in direct conflict, what does it actually mean to preserve it? How do you tell the whole messy, complicated, and beautiful story without choosing just one side?